Thanks very much. Beller was here. I thank him for fucking going on there a little bit and putting me under the gun. So it's a little different. Usually I'm presenting in front of a group of 22 guys compared to 40 coaches. So if I let a couple of F-bombs go, just bear with me because it's part of the language. So Wes is going to come in here and just run the video for me. And I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about just positioning, which is a pretty broad subject. You know, it can go anywhere with this. So it's a little bit of fun to dive into some video files and find some good clips. And there were some really good presentations there with Beller and then Benny. I think one of the big differences that you're going to find between the NHL and the East Coast hockey is one, the food that you eat. It's a lot better at the next level, I'll tell you that much. You know, a little bit of difference in the beef patties, whether you're eating filet or a big $90 menu at McDonald's on the road. So that's a big difference. And then the other one is going to be the video quality. When showing you a couple of clips, you know, you're seeing Crosby's and the Peke Renes and everything like that. You're going to have no idea who Dominic Alberga is when I show you a couple of clips. But it's all relative to the game of hockey and the positioning aspect here. So I know Wes is going to be a long time before we start doing clips. So I'm just going to kind of set up the first couple things. After playing junior, I went to college for a few years. You know, took off hockey. Went to do a little bit of studying in video, television. Once I graduated school, took a stab at playing minor pro career. And I don't know if you call it successful or not, but I got to travel around, a little bit of a suitcase, a lot of different cities. But some great experiences. Learned from a lot of different people, talked to a lot of different people, soaked up as much as I could, and just wanted to stay involved in the game as much as possible. So the next evolution was in coaching. So I'm going into my 6th year as a coach and into my 4th professional season. In my first 3 years, I've had 4 different coaches. So obviously, there was a coaching change somewhere along the ways, and that just happened this past year. So the team didn't start out too well, and we hired Robbie Fatorik 17 games into the season. So Robbie Fatorik may sound familiar. He's 65 years old, 2-time Stanley Cup winning coach with New Jersey, Boston, USA Hockey Hall of Famer. The guy's a legend. Very, very smart hockey mind. I know people say, you know, people are smart hockey people, but this guy by far knows every little thing about the game that you can imagine. And it's kind of cool, some of the things that he does is that when every player comes to the team, you know, whether it was one of the 68 players we had on our team this year, or whether it was the Scott Niedermayers and the Scott Stevens, Marty Brodeurs of his era, he would always go through the same spiel with everybody. No, and it didn't matter who you were. He'd sit you down and he'd talk to you. And one of the first things that he would talk to you about, you know, and it could be anything, but he would always say, there's no right way to coach the game. There's no wrong way to coach the game. Or sorry, no right way to play it, no wrong way to play it. There's only the way your coach wants you to play it. So you have a different system, I have a different system, but when everybody's under one team, it's the way your coach wants you to play it. So then you would go on to say little things, and he'd ask you, what's the most important part of the game? You know, so Murray, if I'm asking you, what's the most important thing, the first thing that pops in your head, most important? Goal scoring, you know, some guys say smart head, whatever it is. You know, there's no right answer, there's no wrong answer, but he believes that the puck is the most important thing in the game. And why is it most important? Well, it dictates whether you're on offense or your defense. So he opens up your mind a little bit, and then he says, well, explain good D-zone positioning to me. You know, so if I asked you in the crowd, you know, and putting you on the spot in front of everybody, but what's good D-zone positioning? Being behind the puck, you know, and you can say anything, a million answers. And again, there's no wrong answer. But what he's looking for is to say when you can be in front of your man and the net, and be in between your man and the puck and being able to see both at the same time. That is good D-zone positioning. And now you're going to see the evolution here of what he was trying to explain. So I'm going to go into my first clip here. This is going into D-zone. So hold it right here. Just back it up a little bit. Okay, so right here at the start of the clip. Just run it for a second. Okay, stop. Okay, so when we're talking about good D-zone positioning here, And we're saying, okay, number 12 here, he's between his man and the net, and between the puck and his man. So we can see both. So he's in a good D-zone position. Same thing here, between the net and his man and the puck here, he's being able to see both. The second that he's going to get in trouble is when he gets behind him here. So can you run it? Stop it? Okay, now he's not in front. Now he can't see his man. So the man's gone behind him. It only takes about 2 feet. If he's going to back up right over here, he's going to be able to have him in front. He's going to be able to have a good stick position. He's going to see the entire play going on in front of him. You know, and again, this is just one coach's way of envisioning what good D-zone positioning is. But when you run the clip here, it's going to prevent things like this. All of a sudden, you get that puck going right into a high scoring area, and that would be prevented if he just kept everything in front of him. He's going to be able to see what's going on, but the second he gets in and sneaks in behind him, it's going to result into a high end scoring chance there. So we're going to go on to the next clip. Okay, stop it. Okay, so a couple of the ways we want to run our D-zone coverage. Okay, you're trying to score goals. Where's the most dangerous spot on the ice to score a goal offensively? Anybody want to pick up there? Slot, right? That's the center of the ice. So what do we want to do with defense? Naturally, we want to get the puck away from the slot, put it into bad areas. So what we tell everybody is here, as they're coming up the ice, we want to split the ice in half. Okay, we want to take away all the middle options. We want to put it back down the boards, put it into low scoring chance, low percentage areas. Right, force them into making a bad shot, turning the puck over on the corner. So you're going to see as the coverage goes here, we want to split the ice and we want to push him into the corner. So this is the D-zone position. Run it a second. Okay, pause. Oh, hold on. Go. Okay, just pause. See what he's doing here? He's trying to play above him. So the only option he has is to cut back and go down low. So we protect in the middle of the ice just with good stick position, being on the inside right here. Okay, run it. Okay, pause it. Okay, now he's trying to get the middle of the ice, but from behind the net, so we're not going to allow that either. We want it, now he's trying to go, now we're cutting him off here and forcing him into the bad area in the corner. This is where we want the puck. Okay, it's probably the lowest chance that he has to score from this position in the D zone. So for us, that's where we want to play our D zone right here. This is where we want to force it. Okay, run it. Okay, so he decides to go back up the ice, stop it. See where his stick was there just a second ago? Okay, as he's coming up the ice, he's doing the same thing here, working a cutting horse pretty much. Okay, this is great D-zone position. Okay, we've got the man between the puck, we've got our guy covering their man, being able to see the net, being able to see the guy, being able to see the puck, great D-zone position. We've got our D here with a good stick position, cutting the ice in half, trying to force everything back down the wall, keeping it in a low percentage scoring area. Run the clip. Okay, if you've seen him have a few clips, he's got nothing, put it into a safe area. Okay, same thing, forcing him back down the wall until he turns it over. Clip's done, that's perfect D-zone positioning. Just by forcing them into a bad area and letting them cough the puck up. And you didn't see that we're rushing out of, there's no urgency to try to check somebody in a bad area. The second that you get into bad positioning, they're going to roll off you and take that right to the middle. So if you force them into a bad area, more than often than not, they're going to play with it long enough and turn it over. Okay, next clip here. Same thing that you're going to see here. Okay, to go up the wall, stop it. See how our center identifies? Okay, he's not rushing out here to go one-on-one here, and then he's going to get exposed in the middle of the ice. He's going to let him turn the puck over himself. So watch what happens. He's going to dictate patience, forces him down the wall. All right, 5 guys in front of the net there in the picture. We let them turn over the puck. We're not rushing out into a bad area and exposing the middle of the ice. So for us, that's good D-zone positioning. Cut the ice in half, force them into a bad corner. Okay, positioning on breakouts. What's important? Okay, we always want to break out the middle of the ice so we have options. We can skate it going north, we can go pass it east, west, whatever it is. When the puck is on the wall, your options are limited. You can only go up the wall or throughout the middle of the ice. So coming on breakouts, the important thing here on the positioning is that we have middle support. You know, and a lot of the coaches, when you don't have middle support and your breakouts, your options are pretty much fucked. You can't go anywhere but up the wall. Okay, so as you're going to watch the clip here.
Deep.
Okay.
Back behind now.
D patience. Look at the middle support. We got pressure on D1. We got pressure on D2 here. And even though they have great pressure on our centerman, just by being there low and slow, we're going to be able to put a tape-to-tape pass, move the puck quick, and we're out of the zone. So it's so important for that centerman to be there to support the D on a breakout. So that low position there in the middle of the ice is often where you see the breakout started, and it's so important to have that centerman there. But if he's not there, we don't have any outs, right? More often than not, it's going to be a rim up the wall or off the glass. We're just going to turn the puck over right back into the neutral zone. So here's 2 more clips of breakouts into the center ice here. How important the position is right in the middle. Okay, we stop it, pause, boom. This is D-to-D little pop pass. Okay, there was a lot of talk that you can't hear on the video. Here was our centerman here, just in case he was coming around and needed to be here. But he was calling for it, saying pop, pop, pop. Low and slow in the middle. Patience. Here's the centerman rerouting in the middle of the ice. A quick little touch pass. And that was from our D zone to the offensive zone, attacking with 4 guys at the net within 3 seconds, just from being there in the middle of the ice. Very important there positionally to have that support for your breakouts. Okay, next clip here. Okay, pause it. Okay, so just start back at the beginning. Okay, we're in a scrum here off a rebound. Okay, don't have a lot of options, but we do have this middle support. Very important. Can the centerman make a pass on his backhand, or sorry, the D-man? It's going to be tough, so he goes up the wall. Okay, patient. Here's the reload in front. Again, holding that position, being in the middle, not overlapping any lanes here. It is so important to have that center support, or in this position, a net front D so we can pop it back. Here we go, tape to tape. We move the puck quick. We're up the ice and we're attacking. And again, that's within 3 seconds of being that middle support, moving the puck quick, and that's how you transition very fast with good low center support. But that position there in the middle of the ice to support those breakout passes is so important. I think I got a couple more here. Okay, we got a scrum with 2 guys below the goal line. Not ideal what you want, but really quick. As soon as we get possession, we have possession. We 2-on-1 their attacker. Okay, we come out. This D is going to recognize that he needs to be in the middle of the ice for that support pass. We had 2 guys underneath. He now becomes the centerman, or the position for support. Okay, he's going to skate to the middle of the ice, and again, quick puck movement, boom, boom, 3 seconds. It's a backdoor tap in, even though he just misses the net right there. But we go from playing defense and on the attack very quick, from just having that low center support, that position in the middle of the ice is so important. So those few things positionally in the D zone is what we look for. You know, how we play D zone coverage, those little things, keeping away the middle of the ice. Now, on the flip side of that, breaking out, making sure we use that middle of the ice, because the game is played so much on the boards. The second you have possession, you want to get that middle of the ice and start driving up it right away. In the neutral zone, a couple of things that we tell our players, and not just defense only, but we want to play inside the dots compared to outside the dots. Okay, now why is that? Again, we touched on it while trying to score goals. Where's the most dangerous area of the ice to score? It's the slot from the middle of the ice. That's where everybody's trying to get to. That's where all your options open up, right? And defensively, you want to keep everybody to the outside. Offensively, everyone's trying to get to that middle. Okay, so this is a pretty standard 2-on-2. We're going to have a trailer come in. They have a back checker, right? There should be absolutely no problem. They've got their D playing inside the dots, even though it's a bad gap. This is what I'm talking about here. So we run the clip for a second, pause it. Okay, the defenseman in white, he fades outside the dots. So a good offensive player, what's he want to do? He wants to get to the middle of the ice, right? So what's he going to do? The defenseman is now creating a gap in the middle of the ice, so watch what happens. Plays it, little dangle, breaks his ankle. Okay, now he's coming to the middle of the ice. This 2-on-2 with the back checkers now become a 3-on-2 or 2-on-1, however you want to look at it. So we get the middle of the ice here, make a play, everyone's back's turned, throw it out front, that's in the net. And that's just from a D-man being a little horny to get outside the dots. to want to play the puck in an area where he didn't have to go and make the play in the neutral zone. He just needed to force him down the wall. The second he goes outside, the forward comes inside. Now it's a dangerous area. Okay, second clip here. Okay, pause it. Okay, one of the things that we tell our D, you know, when we're taking a rush, okay, the first couple strides when you guys are taking the rush, don't make your cuts to the outside, because that's going to create more time and space for any player to make a play throughout the middle of the ice. This D-man should be taking a couple strides to the inside. The second he goes outside the dots, it's going to be a foot race here. We create that time and space for a good player. Okay, his first two strides outside the dots, just enough room to make a play, and it's in the back of the net. And that's 2 feet. You know, the position, you know, you don't need much in today's game. You know, at the minor level, you're going to see it that there's time and space, details are a little bit lax. Every level you go up, these things is what you study over and over. How do we close that gap by a foot or 2 feet? How do we stay inside to push them all to the outside in these bad scoring areas? This is the kind of stuff that the details are so important in skill development that you have to talk to these guys one-on-one all the time or they're not going to understand it. Okay, so here's a clip. Sorry, if you could just throw it, run it back just a little bit. Okay, here's a neutral zone. Not kind of similar to the first clip you saw. It's a 3-on-2 or a broken 3-on-2 with a couple back checkers. We got our defenseman playing the inside shoulder here, and we tell him, play the inside, force him to the outside, right? The low percentage scoring areas, bad shot. So you play it, okay, pause it, okay. He's not rushing outside the dots to make a play. He's playing the percentages, the safe percentages. He's just playing off the inside. He's trusting everybody else to do their job. And what's going to happen here? He's going to play it, he's going to play it. Now he gets to the outside, throws the puck down low, he's got no play. We're going to have 4 or 5 guys back checking to the middle of the house. We're going to outnumber them. We're breaking out, and we're gone. Okay, so very simple. We didn't want to get horny. We didn't want to get outside the dots. We let them make their mistakes, put it into the bad areas. We'll outnumber them, get the puck, then we'll go on the offense. You know, small things are going to add up over the course of a 60-minute game. I know gap control is something everybody's heard, especially as a coach. Very important. I was always told, you know, my first year coaching, I was working with Rob Dirk, former Vancouver Canuck. He was a defenseman, lifelong defenseman in the NHL. One of the first things he told me on the first day, he said, what's the key to creating offense? You know, and I guessed a couple of times wrong, and he says, well, it's creating time and space. The more time and space you have for a creative player, you're going to find a way to create offense. I'm like, oh, okay, you know, that makes sense. And he says, well, what's the key to, you know, being a good defense? We're taking away that offense. What's the key to being a good defenseman? You know, so logically, it's taking away all that time and space. So how do you take away that time and space? How do you limit their ability to make plays, these good offensive players? All right, and that's done through what I think is a good gap. The more time and space you take away, the less ability these players are going to have to make a play. So we run a couple clips of this gap control. Okay, pause it. Okay, we've got a half neutral zone full of ice. Okay, this is a dream for anybody that's got speed and skill or a shot. They just want to get into the offensive zone, they want to attack. So we run it here with all this time and space. Okay, we're not in a, pause it. Just run it back right to the blue line. Okay, so we're not in a position to force them on the dot. Okay, they've got room to skate, they've got room to make a play because we're not in their face. So they're skating over the blue line. They have their entry with possession, with some speed. You run it here. Okay, pause it. Okay, number 27 in the middle of the ice is puck focused. He's not boxing out. But this would have never happened if we forced a dump through a good gap. Okay, so now here's a breakdown. They come into the zone. Our goalie's got to make an incredible save, back to back. Okay, and I know he's going into the corner. I'm pretty sure he thought he scored at the end of the clip. But that would have never happened if we had a good gap. You know, we relied on our goaltender there to bail us out not once but twice of a sure goal scoring opportunity just because we have a bad gap. Those are things that we got to clear up. Here's another example. Okay, pause it. Okay, look where our D are. Okay, the puck is at the offensive blue line. They got nobody behind them. Well, why the hell are they already sitting in our zone? Okay, they're going to get caught flat-footed. They're going to come at us with speed. This is what you got to coach. You got to get them up in the play to feel safe, that they can skate, they can hang out with some of these guys, and they don't have to be waiting for the rush. So what happens when they're sitting back? The play goes here. A couple skilled players make plays. Pause it. Okay, now we're flat-footed. Okay, which we should have been taking the rush as they come, but it's a foot race at the far end of the screen here. And a good player who's got time and space with the entry is going to find a way to make the play. He makes the play. It's in the back of the net. That's a goal because we have a bad gap. We don't force the dump, we don't force the chip. They're coming in with possession. That's what's going to happen. Okay, one more time here. Look where DR, pause. We're not in their face, we're not dumping, they're not dumping the pucks. These guys are getting confident. They say, okay, we're going to make a play. Here comes the entry. Okay, a little time and space to make the play. We're going to find a way to make the play, albeit it's a bad goal. It's still a goal. That puck should have been dumped. We should have been in D-zone coverage, but they're coming in with possession, making those plays. Bad gap, bad goal. Okay, one more clip here offensively. Finally, we're on the good side of it. Pause. See where their D is, sitting on the blue line. We want to attack. This is our most skilled player here. Here's a little play to open ice. Pause it. Here's the gap. Should be right in his face, taking away that time and space. Because he has time and space, a good offensive player is going to find a way to utilize that to his advantage to score. So what happens? Quick little dangle, it's in the net. Should have never happened if the D's up in his face, forcing him to dump that puck. Okay, pause. Okay, sorry, got 2 more clips here, keep going. Bad gap, creating time and space. Nobody takes him, here's possession, a little delay, puts it bar down. Okay, bad gap, allowing them scoring chances. Here's a clip of a good gap. Pause. Sorry, keep going. Look, we're right in their face. I know it's a 1-on-4, but before we're sitting here at the blue line, waiting for them to come at us, when we're in their face, there's no gap. This is a very skilled player, but when we're taking that time and space away, they got to dump the puck. No, nothing. They've got absolutely nothing. So there's the difference between creating or giving up scoring chances from a bad gap compared to when we're in their face and we're forcing them to chip the puck all night long. Yeah, so we're going to go back to this clip here. So this is the last one I have. Right from the beginning. Pause it. Okay, so right here, pause. Okay, we've got a good gap. Okay, they're not coming with speed. They're not going to be able to get the puck in. We're outnumbered 3-on-2 here. So this is what's going to happen. Pause. Sorry, keep going. Stop. Okay, we've got 3 guys here coming back, and we've got a back checker. Our D-man's playing the inside shoulder. He's going to force them to go to the outside, and because we have those trackers and we're stepping up at the blue line and they're trying to make plays, that's going to allow us to step up, make the play because we've got all the numbers back in the area here. So those small differences allows us to be aggressive at the blue lines when you have a good gap and you have those numbers. Okay, last one in the neutral zone. Okay, we played a passive 1-2-2. Pause it. Okay, so our F1 wants to angle all the players towards the boards. Our F2 is forcing this play before the blue line so that if they do dump it, it's an icing. When they force the play before the red line, it often results into a turnover. So watch what happens here. We jump them at the blue or the red line here. Here's a turnover, quick transition, creating a scoring chance. Okay, we're forcing them at the red line. Very, very important. That's what's going to create our offensive opportunities. Go forward here. Okay, neutral zone coverage. Okay, here's our F1 angling. Okay, we've got good position just above the red line here. Okay, go. There's the turnover. We're able to step up. Now we're going to have possession. That's exactly what we want, just from good positioning in the neutral zone, being above that red line. Okay, the second we started sagging back, creating that time and space, having bad position in our neutral zone, they're able to expose us. The difference between good positioning and bad positioning might just be a few feet at the red line. So we're above the red line. This is what happens when we're below the red line. Okay, run it here. Okay, here's an angle. We're below the red line. We're sagging. Pause it. Now this might not be a goal or even a high quality scoring chance, but they've got the middle of the ice, which we said is the most dangerous area to score a goal. That's not what we want. We want to force them to dump it. So just a few feet there with positioning at the red line is all the difference in the world that they need skilled players to get to the middle of the ice, get that dangerous scoring zone. Okay, next clip. Okay, so last zone here, the high guy is an offensive strategy that we put in play both offensively and defensively that takes place in the O zone. So essentially what it is we want to have one of our forwards high all the time. High can mean anything. Top of the circle, in the slot, but we want them, really high, like almost 3D across the blue line, so that if we do get an offensive opportunity or gain possession of the puck, that third guy can jump into the area and try to score. Now defensively, if we ever turn the puck over down low, they're always going to be breaking out against 3 guys. So it's going to work. We're going to have no odd man situations. We're going to be able to attack with 3 guys defensively. It's going to limit the chances to score in the rush going against here. So offensively, we're in the D zone. We run this clip here. Okay, pause. He notices that he's in a little bit too deep, so he's going to try to escape. He's going to try to come back and be the high guy. What happens right away? Oh, all of a sudden there's a quick play. Now he's going to dive in and take his scoring opportunity. Okay, quick transition. Next clip, you're going to see it a little bit better. And then they know too, they get the puck back here, and they know because we're retreating and going high after the scoring position. Watch. See how he comes back right away, just in case there's any scoring chances against. When they're trying to break out against 3 high, they're going to turn it over. We had 4 guys back. So defensively, that's what worked for us when we limited the scoring chances. So next clip here. Okay, pause. Okay, we turned the puck over offensively. We had our F1, F2 trying to make something happen. It doesn't. So now we have 3 guys up high. Our F3 and both are deep. So when they start to attack us, when we got 3 guys, they've got 1 standing still and 2 on the rush. It's still a 2-on-3. So they try to make a play. What happens? They can't, because that was our high guy attacking. We've got 2 defensemen back. We're in good position to stop the attack. All right. Offensively, this is what happens. Okay, we got pause. We had our F1 and our F2 in there on the forecheck. Okay, that's what we want. Our D's really low here, cheating a little bit. So our strong side D is on the board. Here's the weak side D. Here's our high guy. This is how it's going to work offensively. He's there in case we have a turnover to avoid any kind of rushes coming. But offensively, we get the puck. Now we know what's available. We release to the middle. We play it. Now we're going to attack. Pause. Okay, what just happened there? We rotated. Okay, this was our F2 there. He's going to now rotate out to become the high guy just in case. He sees that we're on the attack. Now we can go in. Now we're attacking the net. Now this is going to be the second wave here that we can get a second scoring chance, maybe a rebound, something like that. We throw it in front of the net, and it's a goal. So it works for us both defensively and offensively. You just have to really be patient and not dive in. Okay, the only time you want to dive in is an example like that when you have possession. That's the time to go. We got a goal out of that. The last thing I want to talk about is the forecheck position here. Pause it. Okay, small details. Okay, what we want to do on the forecheck is we want to force everybody up the same wall that they came from. Real hard play to stop, get the puck turned, look up ice, make a couple quick take passes. So what we're doing is our F1. We play it, pause. Okay, so we say force him up the ice. So that means you got to get on the inside of his shoulder. So our F1 knows right away he's got to get to the inside. So we play it, pause. Just by getting on the inside, there's the threat of getting a hit. He's going to prevent the D-to-D pass. So we force him back up the wall here. We'll stick on puck. They're back up the wall. Here comes the second wave of attack. It's a turnover. We have possession of the puck. Just from taking the inside shoulder. Okay, this is, I think this is the last clip I've got. So again, on the forecheck, run back there just a sec, Wes. Okay, they want to go D-to-D here. So we take the inside position. Okay, force them back up the wall. Okay, pause, or keep going, sorry. Okay, they throw it right back up the net, right back up the wall, which is exactly what we want, exactly what we're anticipating. Okay, we're going to get possession of the puck, so we play it. There's our high guy coming to support. Puck's on the net. That was the original forechecker going to the net. And I mean, it's so simple. I know it looks like it's a puck on the net, but that play started in the neutral zone just by getting inside shoulder position and forcing them back up on the wall. So a lot of these things that I just showed you, this is daily occurrences in the game. You know, it might not be the biggest mistake, you know, but these are small details in the game that you have to coach the developing player now, so that they understand these small differences that add up over a course of a 60-minute game. You know, and this is the important stuff. And these are the players that get it. These small plays, you know, not the toe drag and bone top cheese, but these small plays that add up to all these little things. So that the second that you can help or get everybody to understand this and get it on the same page, the more chance you guys have at success. So hopefully those were just a couple small examples of the details of positioning that we use to coach our players in today's game, and hopefully that was something that you guys can take away as well. So thanks again for having me.